everyone. Topic of the day is how do I deal with loss? Well, loss in my case, there are variety. There are many kind of loss. Loss of job, loss of self-esteem, loss of trust, loss of faith, loss of money, loss in relationship, loss of life of loved ones. Whatever we cherish presently, which can be lost, and we don't have any control over that. So we should not be overwhelmed whatever we possess. We should be grateful to the God that we are exploiting those things, we are benefiting from those things, whatever life has given us. We are cherishing those things, whatever life presented to us. Loss, feeling of loss is a very big thing. And when it is a loss of life, of loved ones, or on your relatives, family members, is the biggest challenge to recover. It takes time. It says that time heals everything. So with time, we have no option but to accept the losses suffered, particularly the loss of loved one. But other than the loss of life, there are other loss also. Loss of money, loss of business. Well, in case of loss of money, loss of business, we should not ruminate much, because those things can come back, and we should learn from that loss. Why did it happen? And learn from the loss so that it should not get repeated. In case of loss of the trust, in my case, if there is loss of trust, I just stop interacting with that person much. Only on need base I interact with the person, keeping in mind that person is not trustworthy. When there is loss of job, well, we all have to get prepared to a second option. Always we'll have to have some second option backed, otherwise we cannot say how life can treat us. So for everything, we'll have to have one backup plan in our mind. In case of contingency, we should be ready with another plan. So loss for me, I just accept. Of course, when it happened, it's shocking and I am in disbelief. But simultaneously, I try to figure out why did it happen. Where was my lapse? If it is related to non-life things, and when it was under my control. When it is not under my control, then I don't think much about that. I just try to grasp the result, the outcome of that loss, and move on in my life. But when it is related to life, and I have experienced it, one of my best friend had lost his life 19 years back. I was completely in denial. But it is said that time heals everything. And now, of course, I have kept a good memory of him with me, keeping my life moving on. That is how I cope up with loss in my life. I have failed in one of the examination. Immediately I start preparing for next term examination. So I don't give time to ruminate about the loss or failures. That is the mental system I adopt for every loss. Whenever I am in loss for anything, I try to bounce back in material things. For non-material, just is the destiny. I think it's destiny, so I just accept it and move on. There must be some bigger scheme of the universe or God, whatever we say, behind that, and I accept it and move on in my life. This is how I deal with the loss in my life. Thank you.